guy, but this would be the one I would take out for like when I really want to pack a punch.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
It's gorgeous. It's coming up in just a little while. Okay, so now let's move on, and we're going to talk about Kingman Turquoise, one of America's oldest mines, still in production. Right? It's one of the few, and really well known for having this gorgeous mix of blues and greens. And this bracelet, I just thought was so amazing. Look at the amount. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these huge stations with an oval-shaped Kingman Turquoise. They are 16 by 10, and then they are surrounded and framed by these dimensional star-shaped beads. And each and every one of those is done by hand. This is fully adjustable. It fits anywhere from, we say, a 6 3/4 inch wrist to an 8 3/8 inch wrist. But as you can see, I've got mine clasped and I'm about a 5 1/2 inch. So I'm just gonna put that out there for you. You've got a lot of room to play with on this bracelet. This is a stunner, and it's the first time ever at this price. We do have earrings that match back, that look really beautiful if you were to do the two together, and it carries through that same star design. I love the oxidation on this as well, just to kind of add depth and dimension. And then these beautiful geometric shaped Kingman Turquoise right there at the post. So these are so pretty, Courtney.
I love these so much. You'll see a lot of stars in our jewelry line, and that's because the Navajo people consider them the star people. So whenever you are introduced to a Navajo person, they'll say yate, and that is a blessing from the stars.
Oh, that's gorgeous. Tell me about this designer and the artisan behind it.
This is made by Irvin Sosi, and Irvin's been with us since the 1980s. I grew up with Irvin. I feel like he's almost like an uncle to me.
Aww.
He's really Josh's uncle.
Wow.
But he has become such an amazing artist. Like you said, this is all done by hand. So this is a labor of love. This is the best prices you're gonna get on Chaco jewelry right here at HSN. There's no middlemen. There's even some of the prices I see on here, I can't believe it.
Right, I mean, and this is another shining example of the skillful, careful, intentional work that has to go behind bringing you these pieces. I mean, the amount of detail, even the quality. So this earring, look how beautifully it sits on Victoria's ear. Like everything is really thoughtfully done and designed. It's gonna lay nice and flat. No earrings are ever heavy. I have noticed that about Chaco Canyon. These have a beautiful back to them as well. But when you see up front here, to me, it's the stars that I think are so pretty, and I love that symbolism that you were sharing. Can you tell me a little bit about Kingman Turquoise?
Yeah, so this is our back stock of Kingman. If you follow Kingman Turquoise, it's very expensive right now, but it's because it's very expensive to mine. So this is American turquoise. This is American-made jewelry. This is, like I said, this is our back stock. So this is probably from about 8 years ago that we got in Tucson. So you're getting turquoise that now costs so much more than when we actually purchased this.
And I will tell you too, the earrings, much more limited quantity. We have 30 pairs of the earrings. So just, you know, fair warning, if you're interested, this is the time to go ahead and grab it, because Courtney has several shows tomorrow throughout the day. So a lot of these pieces will be seen again when it's not 11 o'clock at night on the East Coast. So this is where the late bird gets the worm, I'm just gonna say. I mean, really, and they're unique, you know, and that's one of the things I love about this line. You're never gonna have a piece that you just saw at the department store at the counter. This is not that. This is not fast fashion. These are not mass-produced pieces. There's no assembly lines. These are real hands and real people. This is their livelihood, and when you're purchasing these pieces, you are supporting the Native American artisans and silversmiths who put these pieces together with care for you. They love to watch. I know, Courtney, you share stories all the time. Courtney and her family have been trading with and working with these artisans for over 100 years. She is not just a spokesperson who's here showing you these pieces. She lives and breathes this every single day, and you personally know the artisans that we talk about, and you're here to share their stories with everyone.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I grew up in the trading post, so I know, I've known all the artists since I was a kid. Like we say, you're really coming into a family when you purchase Chaco. We want you to feel like you are part of the Chaco family. And if you're ever in New Mexico, we would love to have you come to our store and meet the artists. And like I said, you can find us on Facebook or our website, and we would be happy to have you come visit us in New Mexico.
I might show up because
let's go.
If this is any indication of what it might look like, I am in.
We have beautiful sunsets.
Wow. And that's where a lot of the inspiration for these pieces comes from, is from nature, the sunsets, the sky, the insects, the birds. I mean, and I love that all of these pieces reflect some aspect of that in some way.
It is. It's
really special.
Really like a boho, definitely vibe. If you ever come to our studio, we actually are on a farm.
That is fantastic. The bracelet, by the way, first time ever at this price, it's $100 savings. The earrings, we've got just a handful of those. That's also the first time price. We have 20 earrings available. We have 50 bracelets available. This fits, we say, a 6 3/4 inch wrist to 8 3/8 inch, very specific. My wrist, though, is about 5.5 inches, and I'm wearing it just fine. In fact, I could probably loosen it one. So I like to mention that when they are adjustable, in case you have a petite wrist or you're gifting to someone and you're not sure what their wrist size is. So I switched out my earring.